Hi everyone, it's Mr. Snyder from the library. I wanted to talk to you today about how you can make sure that your works cited page is correct. So our learning targets are that we will review works cited format, and then we're also going to review Microsoft Word editing. On your desk you should have a copy of the works cited rubric. Go ahead and put your name, teacher's last name, and then what block you have. That way we can keep them organized. This is the rubric that I'm going to use to grade your works cited page that you bring in tomorrow on Friday. So you need to make sure you bring this rubric back with you. So at the end of the presentation, make sure you put it in your binder, put it in your folder, someplace where it will stay safe. Now on the back of the works cited rubric is a chart that gives you some reminders about how to complete your works cited page. So go ahead and turn it over and you'll see some lines where you can write, and I'd like you to record some information. First of all, the title of the works cited page is going to be works cited. I know last year you did works consulted, but we're going to work a little bit differently this year, and that you're going to refer to some specific things in your writing or in your project, so we're going to call it a works cited page. Another thing is that the works cited page, remember that you do want to indent the second and following lines of an entry. So here, if I have an entry like rather than create something new, it takes up a second line, make sure you indent those second lines. The overall formatting is that the document does need to be double spaced, so make sure you double space everything. And then finally you're going to organize it in alphabetical order. Now you only have 2 entries you're going to put in your works cited page, so that should be pretty easy. But you want to alphabetize by the first word of an entry. It doesn't matter if that's an author's last name or a title of the database. You always use whatever the first word of the entry is. So those are your reminders about the overall format. Now in Microsoft Word, when you go to make up your works cited page, there's a couple of things I want you to remember. First of all, on a database, you only are going to cite the database once. Doesn't matter if you went to different places in the database, you only actually give it one citation. So here's my example. I'm going to go back to my example with Cambodia. Of course, I was trying to find out all I could, so I might have gone information about the population of Cambodia. I might have looked at some greetings from Cambodia. I might have talked about the life cycle. Did all the research there. So I clicked multiple places over here on the left-hand side. No matter how many places I click, I don't need to cite each one of them. I'm just going to cite the overall country. So if I come back here to Cambodia home, top right-hand corner, I'm going to click on Generate Citation. There will be the citation that I use for this source in my project. So it doesn't matter where you go in the database, only cite the database once. Generally, the name of the citation will be either the name of the country or in World Geography, I think it's called the name of the country and then country overview. Now in Microsoft Word, there are a couple things you have to do for your formatting. So here are my entries here in Microsoft Word. Remember, you want to center the title. If an entry takes up more than one line, you want to indent that second line. So I can do Shift Tab or Control Tab, and that will do that. So Control Tab sticks over the second line. I also want to double space everything, so I'm going to highlight it all. And I can either go to Page Layout and say that it's double spaced, or on my keyboard I can just do Control 2, and that's a fast way to do it. But right now, it looks like it's double spaced, but there's actually an extra space right here. And I want to make sure that that space is not there. So if I highlight my whole document one more time, and I'm on the Page Layout tab, I'm going to change my spacing before to be 0 and my spacing after to be 0. That's going to make it double spaced. I'm just going to put in one more enter so my title's a little separate, but that'll make sure everything's like it's supposed to be. Double spaced, lines are indented, and then this one is actually in alphabetical order as well. So those are your just reminders. Only cite the database one time and then check Microsoft Word for formatting. I hope that helps. You should get an easy 10 out of 10 on your works cited page. If you have any questions, you can stop by the library and I will be glad to help you out.